All right, there is a short on the channel that'll give you a little quicker look at my hunting setup or for my four-wheeler, but this is pretty much what I have over the last several years. We did not have this, I think, about 5 years ago, which gives me the ability to field dress the deer hanging up, even out in an open field where there's no tree. One of the things I noticed, this is a Beaver brand. It's fairly lightweight, but where I was coming up short was more my hitch down there. It would actually bend if I had, you know, something that was a few hundred pounds on here. So we're gonna add this ratchet strap this here, see how that goes. We put a boat winch on there. It works really great. I think we've done, I don't know, probably 6 deer with this so far, and it has been absolutely fantastic. But in this video, I just wanted to kind of talk about the four-wheeler and some of the capabilities and upgrades when you're hunting away from, you know, your truck or whatever. I want to be able to roll up, take care of business. Now, my wife and I went on a long trail ride several years ago, and she told me that she would never go again if she didn't have a seat. So I believe I ordered this off Amazon. I think it was a couple $100. Makes it much, much better. I know this probably says that, you know, you don't want to have a passenger on here, and I totally get that. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, I guess. This has worked out very well for us. It really doesn't have a passenger on it 99% of the time. I actually use it for different storage out when I'm hunting and fixing fence and just different things in general. So that's a jump box there. I always keep electrical tape in here. I write my tag number on the leg of the deer just in case it ever comes up and has any kind of an issue. I think you probably saw a water bottle in there. I never did buy it. They make a fuel can that's supposed to fit in there. This thing, I'm not ever out that rural with it. Here's some different skinning items. I'll probably throw some wet wipes in here. I need to charge my headlamp because inevitably maybe I'm the only one that shoots right at dusk, but inevitably that'll be when you're trying to field dress a deer in the dark. But this is attached, if I didn't say it already in the video, to a 2014 Honda Foreman 500. It does have the Rubicon edition. I think that basically was just a different set of wheels. The factory tires were smaller, and I think they were a 2-ply tire. And I want to say these are a 4 or 6-ply tire. But we're kind of going through the maintenance, checking the oil, checking the coolant, airing up the tires. You can see the coolant right there. It always is pretty rock steady on it. This has been a big game changer. The deer lift has been a big game changer. And then I'd say about 10 years ago, we put a winch operated snowplow on here. And let's see how many hours. It's got 276 miles on it. It's got 136 hours on it. You can see it does have a check engine light, I believe. It's dark in there, but I think I need to put an oxygen sensor in there. Runs and operates fine. It is a 4-wheel drive unit with a locker right there. So in case you're wondering about one of these, that's key on, engine off. This red switch needs to be in the center. It needs to be in neutral. And then it'll crank up. You can kill it here or you can kill it there. This will run the headlights. It has a headlight mounted here and 2 headlights in there. So as you steer on a four-wheeler, that matters. We topped it off with fuel, ethanol shield, just checking the fluid. There's your brake fluid inspection there. Like I said, about 10 years ago, we did a frame mount. This was a Warren plow. And so it's got a Warren quick attach, which is fairly easy to get it on and off there. Anymore, as simple as it is, I push a lot of cars with it now. I don't really take it off. I just leave it on there year round. It folds up pretty close, so it doesn't take a lot of room, but that frame runs all the way into the back, and then it has a super winch mounted up in there where I have a control right here, and then it's all wired into the battery, directly to the battery. And I've actually pushed a lot of snow with this thing. It has been a really good piece of equipment. In hindsight, I probably, for the amount of money I spent on this thing, and I guess so I bought it, I guess I've had it over 10 years now, I would have or should have bought a side-by-side. But I'm not unhappy with this purchase. It's been a great piece of equipment. It's fuel injected, independent rear suspension. The one thing I didn't opt for was electric power steering. Now, I'm a big guy. Most of you guys have seen me in videos or, seen me at one of the shops. I kind of snubbed my nose up at the guy, and I remember doing it. And, anytime your ego gets in there or arrogance, you always pay for it later. And as I've gotten older, it's still perfectly fine to ride. I have no problem operating it. However, the power steering is a nice item to have. So if I had it to do over again, I probably would have bought a side-by-side, but I would have went ahead and got power steering on it. I think at the time when I bought this, the tires and wheels were like a $1,600 upgrade. Yes, I know that's ridiculous. I think I had about $10,000 in this four-wheeler. Has it given me $10,000 worth of use? Absolutely. It does not owe me anything. And being it's a Honda with a little over 100 hours on it, I imagine with a little bit of luck and a little bit of care, I can keep this another 10, 15, 20 years probably, and it'd be just fine. I do try and keep it inside. It's not as clean as I would like it, but this thing, especially this time of year, I absolutely love it. So just my thoughts. If there's any other upgrades that you can think, a guy ought to have, let me know. But if you've got a four-wheeler out there, the plow is a great upgrade. The winch is a great upgrade. The hanging deer crane or winch system back there, absolutely love it. Got the big meaty tires on there. I did pay for the extra, it's not stop leak, but it's kind of like a fix-a-flat that they put in there. I have never had a flat in 10 years, and you can see these tires are meat. So getting this thing stuck would take some effort. But if you've got some thoughts about a four-wheeler out there or some different upgrades, I'd love to have it. If you've got some modifications for hunting, definitely leave it down in the comments. Hopefully somebody found this interesting. Thanks for hanging out on the channel.